Hello mga ka-Promdi. Kailangan mo ba ng sasakyan dito sa Vancouver pero ayaw mo pang bumili? So kung kailangan mo mag-drive at wala kang sasakyan, may tuturo ako sa inyo. Kaya panoorin mo to. So ayan mga ka-Promdi, for today's vlog, pag-uusapan nga natin yung dalawang popular car sharing dito sa Canada. So if you notice sa mga videos, reels ko, bakit ako nakakapag-drive, pero actually wala namang kaming sasakyan, hindi amin yung sasakyan. Ito yung ginagamit namin, yung car sharing, kasi for us, hindi namin kailangan ng sasakyan on a daily basis to go to work. Sometimes kailangan lang namin siya once a week. So I think it's more practical for us not to buy a car, but instead mag-register for car sharing. So yung dalawang popular car sharing dito sa Metro Vancouver is yung Evo and yung Modo. So panoorin niyo yung video na to kung ano yung sa tingin niyo na mas makakatulong or mas suitable para sa needs ninyo. So siguro yung unang-una, kailangan nyo mag-register. Pero before you register, syempre kailangan nyo pa rin ng lisensya. In terms of license, I believe ang Evo, kakacheck ko lang kanina, they also accept learners, novice, and yung class 5 license. At doon naman sa may Modo, they only accept novice and class 5 license. I would suggest na bisitahin nyo pa rin yung website nila for complete information para mas makita nyo yung buong details kung paano makapag-register ang novice at saka yung learners. So sa registration pa rin, pag-usapan naman natin ang registration process. So halos pareho lang naman ang registration process. Pupunta kayo sa website or sa app nila to register your profile. Magpo-provide kayo ng license at yung history ng driving nyo. Like usually 2 or 3 years yung nire-require nila. So kailangan nyo pa rin punta sa website ng ICBC to get the history of your license. If you're foreigner and you don't have BC license yet, I would recommend na kumuha kayo ng BC license before you register kasi mas madali. Registration fee, ang Evo ay nagko-collect ng $35 registration fee. Ang Modo naman ay walang registration fee. However, si Modo, they require you to deposit $500 na refundable naman if you don't need the membership anymore. Itong 500 is basically a co-op fee. So, very different sila sa Evo kasi you are member of cooperative. So, if they need to elect a board member, board of directors sa kanilang cooperative, you can vote and they will send you an email. Gaano katagal yung registration nila? Normally, it will take only average few days or maybe a week. Depende kung ano yung hinihingi sa inyo ng car sharing, ng Evo or ng Modo. For in my experience, parang mas madaling mag-register sa Evo. It's more straightforward. Kasi although yes, they review your application and documents and your driving history, ganun din naman sa Modo. But Modo is very particular with the review kasi yung registration ko sa Evo, I think it took only maybe a week. Pero yung Modo, mga tumagal sa akin ng mga 2 or almost 3 weeks. Kasi nga medyo yung case ko, bago lang akong driver dito sa BC, kakakuha ko lang ng license ko, and they require me to provide a 3 years driving experience, which sa pagkakaalala ko, nag-submit pa rin ako sa ICBC just to give them a letter. They will send the letter directly to Modo para i-prove nila na kinonvert lang yung dati mong license from Philippines to a class 5 license dito sa Canada. Kaya medyo tumagal ng kaunti. What happens after the registration? After the registration, si Evo, they will not send you anything because kapag nag-book ka ng sasakyan sa kanila, you will just use the app to open the car. However, kay Modo naman, bibigyan ka nila ng fob na either i-mail nila sa inyo or i-collect mo sa specific location, and then yun ang gagamitin mo to unlock the car. So paano naman mag-book dito sa mga sasakyan ito? Pareho kayo mag-book sa Modo at Evo gamit ang kanilang mga app. So pipiliin mo lang or hanapin mo yung sasakyan na malapit sa inyo at i-indicate mo yung date, yung time, at kung kailan mo sila ipipick up at kung kailan mo ibabalik. Make sure lang na kapag katapos ng inyong booking, ibalik nyo ito on time or earlier para ma-avoid ang mga extra fees. In terms of kung saan mo siya makikita, yung mga cars nila, si Evo, you will mostly see them in Vancouver, City of Vancouver. at saka doon sa Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, doon sa mga surrounding area. However, dito sa Suri, meron silang Evo Return. Mamaya i-explain ko sa inyo kung ano yung Evo Return. Ang modo naman, similar, ganun din. Makikita mo sila sa Metro Vancouver, but most of them are in Vancouver, in Burnaby, doon sa mga surrounding city close to Vancouver. Meron din dito sa Suri pero hindi ganun kadami. Good thing sa place namin merong isa. So ano ang difference ng pagbubuk ng Modo saka ng Evo? Si Modo, unahin natin si Evo. Si Evo is a one-way booking. Meaning to say, kung nasa Vancouver ka, mostly you will book a car and go to your destination and iiwan mo siya doon sa destination. Syempre, hahanap ka ng parking, like yung sidewalk parking sa mga residential building na pwede mong i-park yung Evo cars. However, si Modo naman is a return or two-way booking. Meaning, kung saan mo sila kinuha, doon mo rin sila ibabalik. So, it depends on your needs. For those short distance na alam mo namang hindi ka babalik, kunwari from your house going let's say you were somewhere in the park sa Vancouver and you need to drive home, and then mas maganda yan kasi you will just need to park the car kung saan pwede na malapit sa bahay nyo. Unlike kay Modo, kung saan mo siya binook, doon mo rin siya ibabalik. However, si Evo, meron silang tinatawag na Evo Return na nabanggit ko kanina. Very similar siya dun sa Modo. Evo Return is very specific to some locations, especially dito sa Suri. Meaning to say, kung dun mo siya kinuha, dun mo rin ibabalik. Next naman would be the pricing. So, alin ba ang mas mura between Modo and Evo? Si Evo, they actually charge you per minute, which is 49 cents. However, or 49 cents per minute, or kung per hour naman is around $17.99 dollars. Si Modo naman, ang billing nila is usually per hour. Ang per hour ni Modo is $5 or $6, depende kung gaano kalaki yung sasakyan mo. And both of those bookings, whether Modo or Evo, they already include the gas. Mamaya explain ko kung paano yun gagasolinahan o i-refuel yung sasakyan. Both of these cars, sa pricing pa rin, kung kailangan nyo yung sasakyan ng buong araw, as in one whole day, they charge you maximum about 100 per day. So, almost similar yung pricing nila kung kailangan nyo yung sasakyan ng buong araw. Kasi, kahit i-book mo yung Evo, halimbawa, ng 10 hours, instead of billing you 170, they have a limit or cap at 100 something. I will post the pricing here sa video para mas madali nyo makita yung pricing ng Evo. Ganun din naman kay Modo. So if you book the car for let's say 20 hours, and kung titingnan mo, i-multiply mo yung 20 hours times $5 per hour, that's 100 din, di ba? Pero kung kailangan mo yung sasakyan ng 22-23 hours, they have a cap pa rin na nasa $100. So almost very similar yung pricing ng dalawa kung per day. So nagkakatalo sila at nagkakaiba sila ng rate doon sa per minute at per hour. So dahil kay Evo, it will cost you about $17.99 per hour. However, kay Modo naman, they will just bill you $5 or $6, depende sa laki ng sasakyan. Yung kay Modo na per hour, meron pa siyang additional doon sa distance na ida-drive mo. Pero cents na lang yon. But if you ask me kung alin pa ang masulit ang per hour rate ng Modo. Refuel. So kung paano mo naman gagasolinahan yung sasakyan, napakadali. Ang Evo cars, usually they will allow you to refuel the car at babayaran mo yung gas, and then you will upload the receipt doon sa app nila. However, kay Modo naman, meron silang sariling card na pambayad ng gas. Pero kung wala yung card na yun sa loob ng sasakyan, you can also pay for it and then upload a copy of the receipt, and then they will reimburse you the money na ginamit mo para sa pagpapagas. Next naman would be yung insurance. So, ang insurance ng Modo at Evo are already included doon sa booking mo. However, kay Modo, if yung card mo na ginagamit for automatic payment ng iyong mga nagamit sa booking ay merong CLDI or collision insurance something doon sa card mo, you can use that card for automatic payments, and every booking that you will made will be covered by that insurance company. Pero kung wala namang CLDI pala yung tawag doon, kung wala namang CLDI coverage yung credit card na ginagamit mo for automatic payments, then you can just pay them about $50 per year para sa insurance ng sasakyan mo. So kay Evo, kasama na siya usually sa booking. So hindi mo na iisipin at hindi mo na i-worry yung insurance mo. Kay Modo, as I said, kung merong CLDI insurance yung credit card mo, use that credit card for automatic payments ng iyong booking. Next naman, parking. So as I said, sa Evo Cars, kung nasa Metro Vancouver ka or specifically sa City of Vancouver, you can just book the car and park it anywhere na legal, like yung mga side street parking. Meron din naman sila mga designated or dedicated parking. You can also leave the car there. Just make sure na it is safe, it is locked, so bago mo iwan yung sasakyan. Kay Modo is similar. Ganun, usually dahil nga you have to return it on the same location, and binook mo siya, let's say from your home, you're going to other city like Port Coquitlam, you will need to pay for your own parking. So that's the difference between the two. And then meron din namang mga designated parking ang Modo. You can also use them as long as they are available. For me, ang ginagawa ko minsan, let's say from our home, meron kasing isang Modo doon. Yun ang binubook ko most of the time. And pupunta kami ng Vancouver. Yung pupuntahan namin sa Vancouver, tinitinan ko kung meron doong location na naka-station ang Modo Cars, at titingnan ko kung merong nag-book ng car na yon. So kung walang nakabook ng car na yon, I will just park the car. Kung meron nakabook doon sa spot na yon, meaning wala yung sasakyan na naka-station doon, I can use that to park my Modo Cars. Ganun lang ang strategy na ginagawa ko. Kasi if you go to the normal parking, you will pay I think $3 per hour, $2.50 per hour, mga ganon. Kasi medyo mahal din ang parking dito sa Vancouver eh. So, you have to find the right spot. Kailangan mo lang syempre dumiskarte kung paano mo ipapark yung sasakyan na binook mo. Especially these two car sharing. Alright, so yan ang dalawang very popular at stable na car sharing dito sa Canada. Again, I will not recommend this for daily use. This is only ideal for those occasional drivers na kailangan lang ng cars for maybe once or twice a week, or maybe 3 times a week ng short time lang or short distance lang. This is not really intended for daily driving. Kung kailangan mo ng sasakyan because you need to drive to work from your home every day, then might as well bumili ka ng sasakyan. It's up to you if you want to buy brand new or second hand. But again, these car sharing are not really meant for daily drives. So I hope nakatulong yung video na to. If you're not subscriber yet, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook. Thank you. Bye.